In this week's Parsha, Parshas Ekev, we discussed the man, this heavenly food that was eaten over the 40 years sojourn in the desert. Of course, it's also discussed in Parshas Beshalach. And the question is, what's the Nisayon? What's the test of the man? The Ohr HaChaim HaKadosh says, I'll tell you what the test is. There was no work that was required. All they had to do is walk outside and be able to collect that man. Yes, based upon your spiritual stature, it would fall a little bit closer to you, perhaps a little bit further away, but ultimately, you didn't have to do anything for the food. It just fell right into your lap. And now brought the test of time to Bnei Yisrael. What are you going to do with your free time? You don't have to work for your food. Now what? What are you going to do? How are you going to fill your days? We know the Jewish concept of time is that every single second is significant. When you look at the English word for a small amount, a minute, it comes from the word minute. Dak, it's a little bit small. But in Hebrew, we say chalakim, or chelek, something that's significant, something that has significance. Every single second of our life, we have to think, how are we going to uplift ourselves? How are we going to uplift our families, our communities? Every single second is significant. And oftentimes when you ask a kid, when do I find this? When someone's sitting Shiva, God forbid for a loved one, and you ask them, tell me of a significant moment with that individual. They'll oftentimes say a moment they don't even think is so important. It was a snow day, and my parent, they went outside with me and they helped make snowballs. It was such a memorable moment. And you think to yourself, the quality time that you give, you never would have put that on the top of the list that someone would be saying over at a shiva. But somehow that's struck a chord within a child. It's not just about quality time, it's time. Because you don't often know what's really going to make that significant mark, make that indelible mark on someone. We have to be able to be blessed, to be able to have hatzlacha b'zman, to have success with our time. And God has gifted us with a lot of time. Of course, we know we all work hard. We don't have man that falls from Shemayim. But how are we going to use our free time? We should be able to use it to bring our families close, to bring God close, to bring our communities closer. And God willing, should we also be able to take this lesson of the Ohr HaChaim to be able to maximize those windows of opportunity.